Slowpoke Community Day is this weekend with a ton of XP to be able to be gained, so if you need XP in Pokemon Go, this is going to be your weekend, so I'm going to break my top tips to help you guys max out. So welcome to the Trainer Club, here we go! March Comm Day, Slowpoke Shiny, we're getting both the regular and the Galarian, is going down on Saturday, March 18th from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. local time. If you need XP, this is going to be the event for you. We have increased spawns as always, so you're pretty much guaranteed to get a shiny Slowpoke of both variants if you play for the entire 3 hours. Not only that, we're getting 3 times catch XP, we're getting 3-hour incenses, 3-hour lore modules, 2 times catch candy, 2 times the likelihood of receiving XL candy when catching Pokemon. You're going to get 1 extra special trade, and then also you're going to get a 50% reduction on Stardust when doing trades. So we are going to talk about this in the tips, but these bonuses, not the catch XP, not anything to do with catching, but everything else from trading to the extra special trade to the evolutions with the moves will go all the way until 10 p.m. so you have some time to do so. Also, I will be in Houston this weekend playing Comm Day, so I'm excited to see everybody out there. I will be in a pretty cool, unique car that we're going to have. We're going to be doing giveaways, and it's going to be a lot of fun, so I hope to see you guys out there. And all the details for this officially will be in Friday's Best of the Best video that includes Slowbro and Slowking in the Galarian forms and the Mega Slowbro as well with Surf to see if it's going to be worth your time, energy, and effort to power up, as well as the field research. So with all that said, let's get into my top tips, starting off with tip number 1. Tip number 1 of the event is going to be prepping and getting you ready to play for this event, because I have done a pre-prep guide where I talked about how many balls you're going to need, how many items, and everything else. But remember guys, this is 3 times catch XP. On this day, if you do stock up with best friends, ultra friends, or even great friends, remember I told you guys that getting great friends during this day is amazing. So even adding a couple friends, hitting a couple double friendship bonuses before the Festival of Colors is ended, and then saving those friends to go great friends on Comm Day will yield you 20,000 XP per friend, and then you can just delete them afterwards if you don't plan to have them as friends. Just let them know up front that this is happening. You can jump in the Discord in the pinned comments below and get a ton of friends, communicate with those friends, and let them know what the strategy is for them and you if you both need XP. So that's a great way to get XP. So you're going to need 6 total lucky eggs here. Additionally, I always go in with 12-kilometer eggs so I can have 100,000 Stardust approximately on a star piece, so you'll need 1 if you're going to do that. And then also, let's talk about the ball count. So I always go in with as many great and ultra balls as possible. They catch Pokemon the fastest, they don't jump out. Even though Comm Day Pokemon are going to typically have easier catch chances, this will help out significantly, especially having 30 to 40 golden raspberries, so that when you do see a shiny, you can throw a golden raspberry out, you can quick catch it. If you need anything to do with quick catching, you can check that out up here, because that is going to be how you truly maximize. And if you want to take it one step further, you can AR quick catch. It's a little bit harder to hit those excellent throws, but if you're looking to get shinies, that would be it. But for proficiency goes and for XP, I would say that this day is more about hitting those excellent throws, and for me, that's going to be non-AR quick catching during this day. So having at least 1,000, if you have the bag space, of ultra and great balls, as close to 1,000 ultra balls as possible. Blow through them all in the day. You can start building up on red balls, and then you can use your auto catcher and deplete those throughout the week, and then stock back up and get yourself up and going there. So those are going to be very important for you guys. Not only that, you can consider having pineapple berries, but for me personally, when I'm going for a massive amount of Stardust, candy, or XP, I already have my XP here. But additionally, I don't really think that regular candy is the biggest commodity. You get Slowpokes quite a bit in other events, water events, and so forth. So I have more than enough regular Slowpoke candy. I'm more focused on the XL candy coming from here. And since we're getting 2 times increase the likelihood of getting XL candy during that 3 hours, you should be more than good with the XL candy, and the regular candy is going to be doubled anyway. So you don't really need pineapple berries if you're trying to maximize truly out on the XP, which means you have to catch the most, and every time you use a pineapple berry, it slows down the process, which I have been trying to influence Pokemon Go to put a quick berry option where you can select a berry and put it up into a little section that sits right above the berry tray. So if you did put the pineapple berry up there, let's say you open your tray, you put it up there, you just click it once and it just automatically goes right to the Pokemon. You don't have to open the tray, select the berry, and then push it. You just touch it and it hits the Pokemon, and then it goes on, where I think that would be extremely efficient and amazing for all of us, because then you can switch that berry up as well. And then finally, we need to clear out our bags. We need to have as much bag space as we possibly can, because during this Comm Day, we're talking about about XP here, which means you want to catch as many Pokemon with excellent curveball throws as possible. That will yield you by far the most XP you can possibly get. Catching 5 Pokemon will be more than doing 1 raid with those excellent throws on that Pokemon with a lucky egg. So think about that. A raid with a lucky egg that takes 2 minutes for the countdown timer, another 2 to 5 minutes to beat that Pokemon, and then you have to catch it. So we're looking at a grand total of minimum 7 minutes per raid. How many Pokemon can you catch in 7 minutes? A lot. So you could be looking at 5 times the amount of XP that you would get for 1 raid in that time frame, and even more and beyond. So that is why this day is by far one of the best days ever in Pokemon Go for XP. And what I say for clearing out your bag is at least 500 space. I prefer 1,000 plus. Reason why 1,000 plus is I can go usually a good portion of the day without having to go through and decipher through my bag and see what is going to be the best way for us to do it. So with that said, now let's get to my next tip. Number 2. Tip number 2 is going to be closer to the event and getting ready for this event to maximize. So look at this. We are getting ready to the event and maximizing. So where are we going to be? You want to be in a downtown area, a very densely spawned area. That can be a college campus as well. That can be a downtown city block, such as Bryant Park in New York, or you can even come to Houston and play with us at a local park. Parks have a lot of gyms. They have a circular area. They have a lot of stops. That's going to be the best place to play. A circular, square, rectangular area. And using the lore modules here when we're talking about it. If you're in a big area, you can use regular lore modules, because if you have a few minutes to walk around the loop or even more, using a premium lore module will not do you any good. It's actually going to waste that premium lore module because you won't even be able to get back to be able to realize that. However, using one of each premium lore module, if your group has evolutions to do that require lore module evolutions, that could work for you. However, if you are doing a bigger loop, regular lore modules are more than capable, and they are cheaper and they are more efficient, because by the time you get back, that lore module will have reset and gone forward. So if you are going to use a premium lore module and you're in a very tight area, let's say you can't go outside, it's snowing, hailing, it's sleeting, whatever that is, and you need to be on like a 5-stop place, using the rainy lore module would be the best bet, because that will pull out the most amount of Slowpokes. Even though any of the premium lore modules are going to be boosted, you will get the occasional offset spawn, but if you're going for the Slowpokes, this would be a great way to do it. And for the 12 kilometer eggs, I would suggest starting incubating those eggs early, being early on those eggs and getting them ready, because this will allow you to have them almost ready for when the Comm Day starts. And you're going to have to be a little mindful, because you don't want to miss out on the star piece. At about 6 kilometers, if you use all super incubators, I would stop walking, stop doing adventure sync with your phone, maybe put your phone on low battery mode, and don't open your phone, let's say you're at 6.5, until the day starts. So you can open it, immediately go and put on your star piece, and then start walking really fast and get that last 1.5 kilometers on those eggs. Because putting it on, which would be in the next tip, which we'll talk about right now, is during the day when you do have all the Slowpoke spawning with that star piece, it's going to allow you to get even more Stardust just from catching, to be able to help you add on to the Stardust that you just realized with that star piece on those 12 kilometer eggs. And then don't forget up front to stock up on 6 lucky eggs, because you will need 6. So just go into your bag and tap all 6 of those eggs. It is a tedious process. Unfortunately, they haven't put the plus button in there like I have been recommending. My goodness gracious, can you help me and allow me to make Pokemon Go better for all of you guys? Goodness gracious. But that's going to be everything you need to know about leading up to the event, which is then it takes us to tip number 3. Tip number 3 is about right at the start of the event. So just a reminder, in the area that you're going to be playing, do not complete from midnight on Friday all the way until Saturday event starts any of the field research tasks at the Pokestops, because if you complete them, when it switches over to 2 p.m., they will not be Slowpokes. They will have no field research, because you only get to do 1 field research from Pokestop per day. Number 2, within 30 minutes before the event starts, do not, I repeat, do not catch any Pokemon, because all those spawns will change over into Slowpokes and Galarian Slowpokes, which can then yield you shiny and XP from catching them. So you don't want to catch all the spawns and then the event starts and then there's half the spawns that there would have been because you already caught them. So that is a big no-no. Not only that, we do have the Slowpoke out there. So Slowpoke is going to be a water and a psychic Pokemon. So we're going to have multiple megas to be able to boost, because you want to have an active mega during this event to get you even more XL candy. So the megas that we can use are going to be Blastoise. We can use Swampert. We can use Gyarados. We can use Slowbro. Slowbro. We can use Gardevoir. We could use Alakazam. We could use Latios or Latias. There are a ton of options out there, but the key is that it is a Mega Level 3 to yield you the most XL candy from this Pokemon. And additionally, right when the event starts, I suggest that you have already spoken to your friends and friendship bonus people, and you are ready to hit them as soon as the event starts so you can get them out of the way. You don't get all the way to the end of the day. You've already used all 6 of your lucky eggs. You're like, ooh, I forgot to hit my best friends, ultra friends, and great friends with this person and this person. So that is going to be the best way. And then throughout the day, if raids do pop up, I suggest you guys skip on those raids because the raids are going to actually slow down your XP as opposed to hitting excellent curveball throws, which is the most efficient part of this day, which then leads to tip with IVs number 4. Tip number 4 is going to be talking about the IVs of this Pokemon. So if you think about this, we do have Slowpoke. Okay, so 525 is going to be coming from field research. Once again, on Friday, you will see the research coming through later in the day for the Pacific time. If you're in Australia, unfortunately, I probably won't get it to you, but Europe, I should be able to get it to you because it's going to come out on Pacific time, East Coast, West Coast, United States, later in the day as soon as that field research hits from the New Zealand time zone. From raid battles, it's going to come out at 700 at a non-weather boost at level 20, or if it is weather boosted in the wind or the rainy weather, 2 conditions. I would prefer that you guys get windy weather. However, you could get rainy weather, and it is not going to get boosted in the snowy weather, but it is going to be 876 at level 25. Or for the raids, the Galarian Slowpoke is only psychic, so that will only be boosted in the windy weather, which is then going to lead us into GBL. So let's talk about GBL stats as of right now, because the GBL, honestly, it's not that great in either the Greats or the Ultra Leagues, but I'm still going to give you the IVs just in case at some point you get it, you got a good one, and you maybe want to use it in the future if it does improve upon with this Surf moveset, which we will check out on Friday. The Great League 100% IVs is going to be a 0-14-11, and then in the Ultra League, it will be a 1-15-11. So ideally, maybe you don't get that exact one, you don't get the 100% PvP IVs, but what you could do is you could get something near, is all you have to do is look for that really low attack, high defense and stamina, and then you can appraise it on PV Poke, or you could even use the Pokegenie app. And during the event, let's not forget about the skip animation catch trick, which I did talk to you about earlier in the video, and furthermore, just playing a lot, being in a downtown area, and walking fast. You have to walk fast, and if you don't know how to hit excellent curveball throws, this is a great time to practice. If you want to see how to throw those, check the video out up here. You want to practice. You don't want to throw straight ball throws. You want to just switch over this event. This is a great and easy Pokemon to be able to hit those, so please make sure to capitalize, which then leads us into tip number 5. Tip number 5 is going to be post-event. So what do we do with this Pokemon post-event? Honestly speaking, do we need a ton of XL candy for the Galarian Slowbro? I would say probably not. Do you want to max out a Slowbro in the Mega form? We will see about that on Friday. But having enough XL candy to max out 2 of these, I think this would be efficient. But beyond that, I don't think that we're really super pressed to have either of these Pokemon with thousands of XL candy like I would recommend for a Hydreigon, for a Garchomp, for a Dragonite, for a Salamence, for a Metagross. I don't really think that's super necessary from this standpoint. So just having enough is going to be important, but trading will help you yield lucky Pokemon, which could yield you 98% IVs, 100% IVs, and then if you do decide to max out one of these Pokemon, you can get it all the way to level 50 for half the Stardust. Additionally speaking, what I would suggest doing for you guys is using those 2 special traits, especially if you have a best friend, preferably a lucky friend, that you're like, hey, you got the shiny Volbeat, I have the shiny Illumise, I have never been able to get one, and I finally just want to cave and get it. This would be a great day because it's going to be a 50% reduction on the Stardust, so you will get it for 20,000 instead of normally 40. And if you don't have anything to trade, you could easily just pick a person on your friends list and then swap shiny Slowpokes. Why not? You might as well do that. You might as well get your 2 special trades in and not overlook that. Or if you even have lucky friends from some of your best friends, you can do those trades too on this day, and you will be able to trade anything for a 50% reduction. And then I would suggest doing all of your trades that day, and then we have the extra time going from 5 p.m. till 10 p.m. where you can raid for Slowpoke or Galarian Slowpoke. You can complete those raids, and then the wild spawns around a 300-meter radius. If you have that timer that's sitting on your screen, if you walk out of that 300 meters, that means that the timer disappears. You will be able to get Slowpokes. The same shiny odds are available. However, none of the extra bonuses are available. So if you did miss out on shinies, this will be a great time for you to be able to capitalize. So beyond that, we are looking for a great Comm day for XP. So appreciate you guys being here as always. To all my likers, comments, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody take their support, subscription, and to X level. See you guys out. Next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.